Renovating a Victorian terrace might seem like a dream project. Those high ceilings, the character, the charm. But as I quickly found out, it's not all roses. It wasn't long before I realised just how easy it is to get caught up in the excitement and overlook the critical areas that can make or break your project. From unexpected structural issues to the importance of modern upgrades, I quickly learned that there are some things you simply cannot skimp on when renovating a home like this. So in this video, I'm going to share the 5 crucial areas where you should never cut corners during your Victorian renovation. By the end of this video, you'll know why they matter so much, that you'll know exactly where to invest your time and money to ensure your project doesn't just look good, but saves you stress and money in the long run. Plus, make sure you stick around until the end because the last one is a mistake I did make and it ended up costing me, so I want to save you the time, money, and a lot of headaches. Think of a Victorian terrace as a grand old lady, so beautiful but with a few creaky joints that need attention. Before you even think about aesthetics, you need to do some heavy lifting to make sure the bones are strong. I almost skipped on a full structural survey to save some cash, I know. It felt like an unnecessary expense at the time, especially when I was eager to get started on the fun stuff like choosing paint colours and fixtures. Thankfully, I didn't, and that survey revealed some hidden issues with the chimney breast in the dining room. What looked perfectly fine on the surface was actually concealing a structural problem that could have been catastrophic down the line. A relatively simple fix, a horizontal steel beam, helped resolve it, but if I hadn't caught it early, it could have led to major costly repairs later on. So here's the simple but crucial takeaway. Always invest in a thorough structural survey and address any issues early. Skipping here could mean facing much more bigger, more expensive problems down the line, not to mention a lot of unnecessary stress. When you're living in a Victorian terrace house, winter can feel like it's always just around the corner. These homes weren't built with modern heating in mind, so it's crucial to think ahead and make the right upgrades to stay warm and cosy. We decided to upgrade our radiators, not just for aesthetic reasons, as I love the traditional designs, but mainly to improve the British thermal unit output and efficiently heat up each room. And it's made a world of difference because there's no more waiting ages for the house to warm up on a chilly morning. These radiators do the job really quickly. We also made sure our roof insulation was up to scratch, ensuring it was the correct thickness. Now our upstairs bedrooms get lovely and warm, which was never the case before. It's genuinely amazing what a difference proper insulation can make. You really feel the warmth staying inside where it belongs. Another area we tackled was the electrical box in our living room. It was originally installed with gaps that allowed cold air to come up through the floorboards. Moving the box was going to be a costly and complex job, so instead I got a little creative. I had my joiner craft a custom plinth that then I painted to block the draft, and it now doubles as a handy side table for cups and lamps while still being accessible for when we need to give meter readings. It's a practical and stylish solution that didn't really break the bank. And while we've done a lot, there are still a few projects on the horizon, like adding insulation to the roof of our bay window. The roof is currently flat and uninsulated, leading to heat loss. We also added insulation around our windows, which has already helped retain warmth and keep our energy bills down. So the lesson here, don't skimp on insulation or heating upgrades. They might not be the most exciting part of your renovation, but they'll make your home far more comfortable and save you money in the long run. When my husband and I moved into our Victorian terrace, it felt a little bit like we were living in a small fortress because we had fixed pane windows that couldn't be opened. Some of the windows were broken with tiny openings that barely let any air through. And we had 2 front doors, both with very temperamental locks. So upgrading the windows and doors was a non-negotiable. We decided to go for PVC sash replicas that maintain the character of the house whilst also improving insulation and ventilation. Yes, it's a more premium option, but it's been worth every penny. No more drafts sneaking in, and we can finally open our windows to let in some fresh air. A simple pleasure that can be taken for granted. If sash replicas aren't in your budget, standard windows can still make a massive difference in improving your home's insulation and ensuring proper ventilation. We didn't stop there. The old front door, while charming in its own right, was more of a welcome mat for drafts than a proper barrier. We invested in a new composite front door, which not only helps eliminate drafts and lower our energy bills, but also added an extra layer of security to our home. And as an added bonus, it allowed more natural light to flood into our previously very dark hallway, transforming the entire space. So don't overlook your windows and doors. They're the gatekeepers of our home's comfort and efficiency. Whether you're going for premium options or something more budget friendly, making these upgrades will help your home keep warm, well ventilated and secure. Hidden beneath the charm of a Victorian terrace lies a whole network of secrets, and one of the most important ones you need to uncover is your plumbing. When we first moved in, we didn't think much about what was happening behind the walls and under the floors, but it turns out our water supply had a hidden secret: lead pipes. Lead pipes were commonly used in homes built before the 1970s, and while they may have been standard back then, they're now a significant health concern. Lead can leach into your drinking water, posing serious risks, especially for young children and pregnant women. That's why it's crucial to check whether your home has lead pipes and address the issue if you do. Your water supplier will have information on lead replacement schemes, which help homeowners replace lead pipes with safer and modern materials. These schemes can make what seems like a daunting task much more manageable, both financially and logistically. The bottom line: don't ignore what's lurking beneath the surface. Check for lead pipes and take the necessary steps to replace them. It's an investment in your home's safety and your family's health that you can't afford to overlook. I've saved the most important tip for last, and trust me, it's one that could save you a lot of headaches down the line. Let's crack the final piece of the puzzle with the riddle, because understanding this could be the difference between a smooth renovation and a costly disaster. When we first started tackling our roof, I felt like I was trying to solve a riddle I didn't even know existed. I mean, how many of us really know the ins and outs of a roof? The first time we got quotes and had work done, I knew to ask about missing slates because there were visible holes in the loft and leaks making their way into the second bedroom from the chimney. That was easy enough to spot. But then after a particularly bad storm, we had water leaking into the corner of our bathroom, causing the ceiling to concave. It was a whole new problem and I had no idea what could be causing it. That's when I learned about the gully, a part of the roof I didn't even know existed until then. Apparently it needed work too, and I couldn't help but wonder if this could have been avoided if I'd known to ask about it earlier. Maybe the previous trade should have spotted it when they were fixing the roof, maybe not, but it was a costly lesson. Here's the thing: you don't know what you don't know, and I'm not beating myself up over it, but what I will say is this: take the time to educate yourself as much as possible when you're having work done. Like you're doing now by watching this video. Arm yourself with knowledge so you can ask the right questions and ensure that everything is checked thoroughly. It might feel overwhelming, but it's worth it to avoid those nasty surprises and extra costs down the line. Luckily, we hadn't started renovating the bathroom before the roof leaked, so we dodged a bit of a setback. Now that it's sorted, you should watch this video next if you want to plan a bathroom transformation and nail a timeless look while avoiding common mistakes.